Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. Everybody and their mother has already done this tag, but I've never done it. I filmed it probably like twice before, like in years past, but I've never actually uploaded it. So if you're seeing this, hi. If you're not seeing this, then you're not seeing this. I don't even know why I'm addressing that. Anyway, let's just get into the tag. There are 13 questions, and I have a whole pile of books right there. So, I mean, let's just do it. It's probably going to be bad, but, I mean, you didn't come here for quality content, so let's just get into it. So the first question is the best book you've read so far in 2020, and for that, I have to go with The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson. This is the third book in the Truly Devious series. If you don't know what the Truly Devious series is about, you can look it up. It's basically about this girl named Stevie Bell who gets the opportunity to go to this very prestigious academy in Vermont to learn more about a crime that happened there in the 1930s, and she's also trying to figure out what's going on in present day as one of her fellow students has been murdered. This is the third book. It wraps up the mystery. It was beautiful. I loved it. It is number 1 on my list as of now. So, yeah. Moving on. The next question is the best sequel you've read so far in 2020, and for that, I think I have to go with Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. So I've only read like 5 sequels in 2020. Wait, no, that's not true. I've read only 5 sequels in 2020 that I've rated 5 stars, and this was one of them. I really, really loved this sequel. It was a pretty big surprise because I didn't love the previous 2 books in the series. But yeah, I have a whole wrap-up where I discussed this book, so I'll link it in the description box if you're interested. But I love this book. It was so good. And then also, I want to talk about my favorite finale of the year. And that was Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I also wasn't expecting to give this book 5 stars, but I did. I have like a bunch of tabs in it. I love this book. So, yeah, just wanted to give a little shout out to it. Moving on. So next is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to. I have 2 for this, and the first one is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. I've actually been pretty up to date with reading books, like reading new releases that I want to. There might be one that I'm forgetting, and I'll insert that in here if there is one. Hi, future me here. So I realized that I forgot to talk about The King of Crows by Libba Bray. That is another one that I really want to read. It came out in February, and I haven't read it yet, because I really want to read the first 3 books in the Diviner series before getting to that one. But yeah, I just wanted to mention it because it's a new release that I haven't read yet, but I really want to. And I should be talking about that in my July or August wrap-up. So look out for that. But I feel like a lot of us have been anticipating this book, and I'm surprised I haven't read it yet. I definitely want to reread the original trilogy first. I know a lot of people have said that you shouldn't, but I'm going to. So, yeah, it's huge. It's like almost 600 pages, I think. But if you want me to do a reading blog and review for this, let me know, because I feel like that would be very interesting. So, yeah, this is one, and then the other one is Arusha. Oh my god, I literally look like crap. I'm going to be reading this book for the reading rush, so look out for my TBR that's coming later in the month, but this is definitely one of the books that, like, one of the new releases that I want to get to. I think it came out in April, and I still haven't read it. So, yeah, this one, definitely. Oh, wait, also, I forgot one. Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. I still have a few books to read in the Shadowhunter Chronicles before getting to this one, but this is definitely one. I mean, technically, I could read this now because I've finished the Infernal Vices, but I want to wait and read them all in publication order. But, yeah, this is definitely one that I really want to get to this year. So, yeah, and it came out in March, I believe. Next is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I don't have a ton because not a lot of my favorite authors are coming out with books this year. They're coming out with them in 2021, but I do have 4 on my list. 4 or 5, I actually don't know. But the first is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab. I love Victoria Schwab. She's one of my favorite authors, so this one is definitely on my list. I've been anticipating it for like 3 years. since I found out about it. She announced it, like, literally 5 years ago, but I found out about it pretty recently, like, when I joined BookTube, so definitely that. It comes out in October. Also, Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer, which comes out in November, and Skyhunter by Maureen, which comes out in October, I believe. Those 3, and then also A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabaa Tahir. I just read the first 3 books in the Ember and the Ashes series. That book comes out in December. I literally cannot wait. I do have a few arcs of books that I want to get to, but I'm not going to count those because I have them in my possession. And then the other one is... oh, the new Leigh Bardugo book, or like the next Leigh Bardugo book. It's called The Lives of Saints, I believe. It was just revealed, the cover and the, like, book thing, I guess. And I'm really excited for that one. I cannot wait to read it. I love Leigh Bardugo. I read every single book by her. And I'm so excited to have this little, like, compendium of stories in the Grishaverse, because I loved The Language of Thorns, and I feel like this is going to be similar to that, so definitely those. The next question is the biggest disappointment of the year, and for that, I have to go with The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. I really didn't like this book. I have an entire Reddit review for it on my channel, which I can link in the description if you're interested. I really hated this book. It was not good. I gave it like 2 stars. Really just disliked it. Also, the Bane Chronicles by Cassandra, Clare, and a bunch of other people. It's right there, but it's like in a stack and I don't feel like getting it, so I'm just gonna put up the picture. I really didn't like this book either. I actually really disliked it, but I'm gonna be talking about that in my May and June wrap-up, which is coming next week. I've actually had quite a lot of 2-star books this year. I've had more 2-star books in the first half of this year than I have in, like, entire years prior. Every single year I do become more of a critical reader, but, like, it's very surprising how many 2-star books I've had this year. I'll put, like, a screenshot of my Goodreads thing, like my Goodreads stats, so you can see, like, how many 2-star books I've had this past year. Or this past half year. But yeah, it's a lot, and I definitely want to change that, so yeah. At least I haven't had any 1-star books. I'm so grateful for that. Next is the biggest surprise, and for that I have to go with House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, which is the first book in the Crescent City series. Sarah J. Maas really bamboozled me this year, I guess. This is the first book in her new adult series. I actually have a video coming up soon about Sarah J. Maas, which I have been planning for, like, months at this point. So I think that's either coming in July or August, but definitely look out for it because I think it's going to be really fun. But I gave this book like 4 stars, and I was not expecting to. I was expecting to give it like 3 stars, especially since it was like 800 pages and I wasn't really interested in the summary. But it ended up being something that I really, really loved, even though it took me like a week plus to read. I think it was great. I really, really loved it, and I cannot wait for the next books in the series. And then the other one is Imagine Me by Tahereh and Mafi. This is the 6th and final book in the Shatter Me series. I have an entire reading blog where I read this book, so if you're interested in that, it's in the description box below. I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. It's more like a lenient 5 stars. Like, I don't know if this is truly a 5-star book, but compared to Defy Me and Reveal Me, this is 5 stars. So yeah, I loved this book. You can see me literally crying about it on camera. So, okay. Next is favorite new author, either debut or new to you, and for that, I have to go with Sabaa Tahir. She is the only author that I've read from this year for the first time that I've rated a book 5 stars from. Does that make any sense? Probably not. But yeah, as I said, I read the first 3 books in the Ember and the Ashes series this year and loved them. I give them all 5 out of 5 stars. She is definitely a new favorite author. I cannot wait for the 4th book in the series. I cannot wait for the new graphic novels that are coming out. So yeah, I love the series, and I love Sabaa Tahir, and I cannot wait for the other books that she's going to be coming out with in the future. The next question is newest fictional crush. I don't have fictional crushes. I don't let myself have fictional crushes because that just makes me more of a nerd, like even more of a nerd, and I don't need that, like truly. So we're gonna skip that one and go to the other question, which is your newest favorite character. And I think my newest favorite character is Irene from Tower of Dawn. Technically, she was in The Assassin's Blade, which I read last year. but I don't care because I couldn't think of anyone else, so yes, Irene. Also, I really loved Leigh from An Ember in the Ashes. I think she's a great character, so, I mean, that has to count. I loved her character. I thought she was so interesting. I love all the characters in this book, even the evil ones. So yeah, I love this series. Oh my god. Wait, I just thought, oh wait, no, I read that book in December. Okay, never mind. Next is a book that made you cry, and for that, I have to go with Imagine Me by Tahereh and Mafi. I talk about it on camera, so I'm not going to go into the details, but I cried, so. Oh, also, I'm currently reading Salt to the Sea by Rudu. That book has already made me cry once, and I'm only like halfway in. I literally cannot wait to finish that book because it's so good. I'm literally loving it so much. So definitely that one. Also, I'm going to use this for the next question, which is a book that made you happy. I really liked the way that this book ended. Also, like the last chapter, if you've read Unravel Me, and you've read this, like, you know what I'm talking about. That scene. Yeah, it made me really happy, so I loved it. Okay, moving on. Next is the most beautiful book you bought or received this year. The first one, I have like a bunch. The first I'm going to talk about is The Kingdom of Back by Marie. This is the Owl Crate exclusive edition. It's beautiful, the spine is beautiful, and the back is beautiful, and it has silvered edges. And then the end papers are also beautiful, and the, whatever that's called, the signia or something like that. And then also the end papers on the back. It's a really beautiful book, so definitely this one. Also, The Camelot Betrayal by Kiersten White is a really beautiful book. This is an arc, but it's still really pretty, and the spine is great. The back is kind of boring, but yeah, I love this cover so much. I really like the cover for Shah and the Tree of Wishes. I really like the cover for Crescent City and for Chain of Gold. I think they're both really pretty, but Crescent City has like really cool end papers, and then the dust jacket has a crescent moon on it, and then also the chapter headers are really cool. They have like a crescent moon and then a raven on top of it, or like a corvid or something like that. And then Chain of Gold has a really nice cover. The inside's kind of boring, but it has a really cool back as well. Also, this is the collector's first edition, so it has this. And yeah, it's just really pretty. I really like it. So this one. Also, even though I didn't really love this book, The Night Country is really pretty. It has like a nice embossing, the spine is really cool, the back is great as well. It has like a soft touch matte feeling. Also, the end papers are really cool. This is pretty boring, but also, I mean, the title page is really cool. The chapter headers are really cool. There's like clip art for each chapter that I think is really awesome. So definitely this. And I mean, all the books I have I think are really beautiful. So, and then the final question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I already showed a bunch. The Camelot Betrayal, Chain of Gold, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Shah and the Tree of Wishes, a bunch of books. Oh, Where Dreams Descend. I'll put a picture of it here. I do have a physical copy over there, but I'm not about to go get it. Yeah, a bunch of books. I need to read every book on my TBR by the end of the year, even though I know that won't happen. So, yes, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, also, since it's here, I mean, I really have to get to the Dark Artifices series. I probably will this summer, so. But yeah, that's it for this video, but I had a lot of fun doing this tag. So, if you want me to do any other tags, let me know in the description. This is my third time filming this, so, yeah. That was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. There are resources, oh my god, I just spit. There are resources and links and information about the Black Lives Matter movement in the description box down below, as there have been from my last couple of videos. My social media links are in the description, the questions to the tag are down there too, a list of all the books I mentioned, all the videos I mentioned. It's just, there's a lot of stuff. Check the description. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I post videos once a week, so yeah. Goodbye.